If anyone has ever been to Rock Hill, South Carolina, one thing you're going to know is that it is a big deal to be on one very special radio show called Straight Talk that airs right here at Substation 2. Let's go. Manning Kimmle sitting down here with you at the very official Straight Talk table in Substation 2 is really a full circle moment for me, because one thing we know about the Carolinas is we love our talk radio, and that's kind of your specialty here.
Oh, we do it. I mean, this program, Straight Talk, is really an anomaly. It's been on the air 5 days a week, 52 weeks a year for 41 years. That's a lot of programs. And we don't do telephone calls. It's just a conversation between myself and whoever in the community we think needs to be on the airways. It could be politicians, it could be authors, it could be people from Winthrop University, it could be business people, it could be anything at all that makes this community what it is.
And me getting to grow up with you has been really special, because you were the first broadcaster I was really introduced to. I remember my grandfather being on the show, my grandmother, my mom, my dad. So you've had generations of my family, but also multiple other generations in Rock Hill that you've allowed on the air to tell stories. But when you look back on all these years of shows, why was that important to bring it to the community?
Because that's what makes the community. I mean, you talk about your own family. You go back to your grandfather, your father, your mother. Oh, these are people who have made Rock Hill and York County what it is. And by bringing them to the airways, we hope that their stories will inspire other people to do the same kind of thing, whatever that might be. All we want to do is see people take an interest in the community. Whatever it is, take an interest in the community. And I'll be honest with you, one of the things that I think about quite a bit is with our rapid growth that we have here, all these new people filling up these brand new apartment buildings, how are we going to get them engaged in the community the way those people who have been around the Straight Talk table have? It's an interesting challenge, because they're pretty much geared toward getting in a car, going out to work, coming back. We need to get them on the Straight Talk table. We need to find out what their hot points are, what they're interested in, and get them involved in the community, because we don't want to lose the community that we have.
Radio is one of the first big ways that we were all able to communicate with each other, let people know what was going on, whether there was danger, whether there was safety, whether weather was happening, what exciting sports games were going on. And now a lot of people are looking at podcasts and YouTube and things like that. But really, radio was the first ever podcast. So as somebody who started in this medium, what do you think about the evolution of just communication at large?
I love it. I mean, the things that you can do now with all this technology. I mean, this little thing we carry on our pockets, that thing called an iPhone, allows us right here in WRHI to stay in contact with our people no matter where they are. I mean, I have been on European trips where I simply hit the button and bingo, I'm listening to my local radio station. I couldn't believe it. So that has been a wonderful tool. The other thing is this digital world that we live in. I mean, we can take all these programs, we can archive them, make them available to anybody at any time. So I'm all about the technology. I love it. But the key for us is to maintain who we are. We're local, local, local. We're not trying to be, and never will be, a big market radio station. That's not who we are. This is our sandbox, and we like playing in this sandbox.
So when people are looking at the sandbox that is Rock Hill and these surrounding areas, when you look at those stories, how does that make you feel as kind of the shepherd of these stories? A lot of times you might have been the first and only time someone was part of media or was on the radio, but you made that space available and you made it safe.
You know, we've had a lot of people here who have never been interviewed anywhere. And they come in and they're very, hesitant. Oh, I don't know how this is going to work. I said, we've never had to call 911. Right. Don't worry about it. You're going to be fine. And by the time it's over, they're very relaxed. They've been able to tell their story, and they've gotten a lot of reaction from their friends who never knew what their story was. All we do, I consider myself a storyteller. That's all I do. I tell stories. I can sit here and tell your story. And that's what our job is to be the voice of the community. Whatever the community is doing, we need to reflect that. Whether it's football, and we do an awful lot of football down here. Whether it's Winthrop University, York Technical College, Clinton College, whatever it is, that's what we do. And that's, I think, what's made us able to grow the way that we have grown.
I think that you guys have grown in so many ways. I mean, you've acquired your own TV station, you've grown your radio brand, but one thing that I always see for WRHI, one thing I always see for Straight Talk is you sitting right here at Substation 2 across these tables. So tell me how you moved Straight Talk into this building, because this is really what inspired me so much to just bring broadcast out into the community. Is you were sitting here at the height of lunchtime, people are ordering sandwiches over your shoulder and you're listening to someone's story. So why here when you have a whole radio station?
Well, radio works off of sponsorships, off of advertising. And as you can see from the sign up here, Substation 2 is one of our sponsors. We have always wanted this show to be out in the field, because the one thing you can't do with radio is you can't see it. You don't know what's behind that microphone. So by being at a public place like Substation 2, which is a very popular sandwich shop, people get to see us. Who are these people? What are they doing? And that helps us extend our brand. So that's why we're here, because this is kind of like the community's watering hole. They come here to get a sandwich, they come here to get a cup of tea, whatever it is, and you sit down here and you get to know what's going on in the community.
As you've grown as a journalist, if you were talking to somebody who wanted to be sitting in this chair in the future, what would you tell them?
I tell them to have an open mind, number one. I'd also tell them don't be overly prepared. Go in not knowing a whole lot about what you're about to talk about, because people out there who are listening, they know nothing about it. And if you come in with a head full of knowledge and start asking questions that are beyond that head full of knowledge that you have, those people out there won't get the basics. So come in with a blank sheet of paper and be willing to listen, and don't be willing to criticize. I mean, the idea is to get the information out. Let the people be the deciders as to what is right and what is wrong. I mean, that's the way I think it needs to be done.
It's fantastic. Well, thank you so much for letting me be a little bit of Straight Talk, be a little part of Straight Talk. We've got to go because we got a show to do.
Yeah, we do.